Hey, welcome to Two Doctors Homestead. My name's Daniel, and I want to do a quick introduction to canning and give you a resource that you might not know existed. Honestly, I just discovered it, which is kind of funny. We've been canning a long time, but I want to share it out. It's getting to be the winter time. You're canning your harvest. You know, if you had a harvest from your garden, or it's just that time of year you're trying to put some things away for the winter time, some things away for your long-term food storage, you might be interested in canning. And I see people all the time. They're trying to learn about canning. They're trying to get into canning, and I want to share a couple resources that said you may not know existed. So this is a box that comes with the ball canning jars. This one as well, you've probably seen them in the store. This is the box that has the 12-ounce jars. This is the box that has the quart jars. So this is 12 1-quart jars, 12 12-ounce jerry jars. Now, this is the surpriser. If you flip it over on the back of the box, and it's the same on both, the bigger box has a little more detail, but it's essentially the same information. If you look at the back of the box here, it's got a whole guide on how to get into canning. So if you've never canned before, you're not sure what to do, where to start, look at the bottom of the box, which is pretty cool. I don't know how I never really spent a lot of time on the bottom of the box here. It starts out with complete home preserving, what you need. You got canning recipes, which we have here, and I'll jump into that a little bit. The ball canning book, fresh ingredients, jars and 2-piece lids and bands. So on the left, you've got two basic types of canning you see here. You have water bath canning method for high acid foods, and you have pressure canning method for low acid foods, right? And it's very important. You don't want to mix and match. You want to stick with the recipes. So if you got tomatoes, pickles, salsa, jelly, pie filling, jam, fruit, chutney, you do the water bath. If you have green beans, carrots, beets, meat, fish, poultry, you got a pressure can, right? It actually has the different steps. Preheat the jars, fill the jars, tighten the lids, process the jars, cool them down with some cool tips or tricks in here. Same thing, pressure canning, preheat the jars, fill the jars, tighten the lids and bands. Fill canner with jars, process jars, cool down. It tells you check the seal, and it has some different pressure gauges, and if you're working at different altitudes. So it's literally all here on the back of the box. And I never even realized that. We were just cleaning up. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a canning guide on the back of the box. So if you don't know how to can, if you're interested in canning, it's got cool pictures, right? Just check it out. Get yourself a thing of mason jars. Look on the bottom of the box, and it gives you a place to start. Now, I did want to talk about recipes, and I don't want to necessarily beat the dead horse on this. All New Ball Canning and Preservation, Book of Canning and Preservation, has all the different recipes depending on what you make. Dill pickles, Mexican tomato sauce, ton of great pictures and recipes. So, highly recommend the book. Now, you want to follow a recipe, and this is more than just my opinion that you want to follow an established recipe. There's things called bacteria, microbes, whether it's botulism, salmonella, E. coli, these horrible things, and they're real and they really exist and you can't see them. So if you don't follow a recipe, the chances of creating an environment where things like E. coli, salmonella, botulism could thrive and grow and eventually ultimately poison anyone that eats your food go way up, right? So these are established, safe recipes. Whatever it's in here, whether you're making your own Worcestershire sauce, ginger bug, fiery fermented hot sauce, whatever you're making, you follow the recipe, and the odds of creating something safe and healthy and nutritious are much higher. I know some folks just like to go off the recipe, and they said, I've never been sick before, so it doesn't matter, and that's okay, right? Ultimately, you have to do you. Some people don't wear a seatbelt. Hey, I've never been in an accident before. Why would I wear a seatbelt? You can get sick, and you can poison not just yourself, anyone that eats the things in the can. Botulism's real, E. coli's real, salmonella's real, and you can't really see them. So as my cautionary note, I know it sounds cool to be a rebel canner or whatever. I don't know the reasoning behind it. Follow the recipe, right? That's just my 2 cents, especially if you're going to feed the stuff you're canning to other people. Why risk getting sick, like really sick, just to do that? I don't know. But really, I wanted to focus on this right here. Very cool resource. Introduction to Canning is right here on the back of the box, right? It's free when you buy the box. It talks you through the introductory steps. It gives you at-ball canning for recipes, tips, and question, freshpreserving.com. So there's a lot of great resources out there. But if you're not sure what to do, certainly start there. It seems like a good spot. So as always, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you for watching.